Okay, and so for the final video of this week, we're going to look at Venn diagrams. Okay, so what is a Venn diagram? Well, the chances are you've probably seen one before, and they look a bit like this. Okay, so you've got usually two circles, sometimes more than two circles, and each circle represents a different thing. And here we can see plants and animals, and anything in this big pink circle here is describing the plant. So, for example, have leaves, need soil, need food, it grows, they're alive. This circle here tells you everything about plants, or certainly tells you statements about plants. This blue circle on the right hand side is the animal circle, and it tells you things about animals. So, for example, have bodies, breathe, have mouths, have colours, need food, grow. So, this circle here is everything that's true of animals. And the interesting thing about a Venn diagram is what you do is you overlap the circles. And you can see this in this purple section in the middle. These are things that are true of both plants and animals. So need food, grow, are alive, have colours, need water to live. These are all things that are true of plants and animals. So that goes in the middle section. So that's what a Venn diagram is. And like I say, you've probably seen these in other subjects. If you go online, you may have even seen memes about them. So, for example, this is something that I saw online once. Again, this is a Venn diagram showing things that philosophy professors say, things that 4-year-olds say, and things that Backstreet Boys say. And again, here in this middle section would be something that all three of them said. So you can see how this thing is in the middle of these three circles all overlapping. So again, that's a brief introduction to Venn diagrams. We'll see one in action now when we create our own. So let's make a Venn diagram. I want to make a Venn diagram that covers things that are red and things that can fly. So we'll go through each icon in turn and we'll sort it into the correct place in the Venn diagram. So the first thing is an airplane. Now it can fly, but it's not red. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop it into this circle here. It can fly, but we're not going to put it in the overlap because it's not red. So it needs to be in this circle, but not the red circle. The next thing is the ship. Well, that's red, but clearly a ship can't fly, so it goes into the red circle. The next thing is the hot air balloon. Now that's red and it can fly, so that's going to go into the overlap section. That thing goes into both circles. The next thing is a helicopter. Again, it's black, so it's going to have to go into the can fly circle, but it's not going to go in the overlap. The rocket can fly and is red. The truck is black, so it's not red, and it can't fly, so it doesn't go in either circle. So something that's not covered by either circle is going to go somewhere outside of both. And finally, we've got the red car, which is something that's red and can't fly, so that's going to have to go in that circle there. Okay, so this week's about probability. So if we think about probability, why is this useful? Suppose we choose one at random. What is the probability that it is red? Well, we can use a Venn diagram to help with our probabilities. Here, it's quite clear that there are 4 things that are red out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 4/7 chance of choosing something that's red if you were to choose one at random. And again, this is clear from the Venn diagram. And again, it's useful for things like this. And what is the probability of getting something that's red and it flies? Well, that would be the things in the overlap. So this would be 2 out of 7. So perhaps you can see why a Venn diagram is useful. It's useful if you get asked about and. If I want to know the probability of this and this, all I need to do is look in the overlap section and it's very, very clear what that probability is going to be. Notice that it's 4 out of 7, 2 out of 7, because there are 7 things. Although the lorry's not in the circles, it is still part of the set. It's still, one of the possible outcomes. Okay, so here's an actual problem. Um, and this is a sort of exam style question. Neve conducts a survey of students to see whether there is a link between being right-handed and liking maths. She records her findings in a Venn diagram. So this is the right-handed circle. This is the likes maths circle. A student is chosen at random. What is the probability that they are right-handed? So what we need to know is we need to know how many people are right-handed, and we need to know how many students there were altogether. Okay? So have a look at this Venn diagram. 4 people are right-handed and don't like maths. 10 people are right-handed and do like maths. 5 people are left-handed and like maths, and 3 people are left-handed and don't like maths. So that's what each of these things are. So the total number of right-handed people is actually 14. The 4 people here and the 10 people here. There are 14 people in this circle. As for the total number of students, well, that's just a case of doing 4 plus 10 is 14, plus 5 plus 3. So there was actually 22 students. And so the probability that they are right-handed is 14 over 22. Here's a slightly different problem. What is the probability that they are right-handed and like maths? Okay, well, that's this section here. These are the people who are right-handed and like maths, so that's 10 out of 22. Again, 22 is just from the previous answer there. We've already counted up the total number of students, so it's 10 out of 22. Okay, so here's a different question. Laura carried out some market research asking a random sample of people if they owned a laptop, a desktop, or a tablet. She records the information in the Venn diagram and a person is chosen at random. What is the probability that they own both a tablet and a desktop? Okay, so first of all, we need to just think what it's asking us. We need to know the probability of having a tablet and a desktop. Okay, so yeah, this is the number of I put probability there. What I should say really is it's the people who have who have a tablet and a desktop, and it's the number of people involved. So the total people asked. Okay, so the total number of people. So let's have a look. The total number of people is probably the easiest thing. What we do is we just add up all these numbers. Okay, so I'm just going to sort of do this addition. So it's going to be 4 plus 9 plus 5 plus 5 plus 2 plus 4 plus 4 plus 6. Okay, so 4, 9, 5, 5, 2, 4, 4, 6. And that means there's 39 people in total. Now, how many of them own both a tablet and a desktop? Okay, so let's just double check that we're happy. Do these people here own a tablet and a desktop? Yes, these 9 people do. Do these 2 people in the middle own a tablet and a desktop? Yes, these 2 people also own a tablet and a desktop. Do these 4 people own a tablet and a desktop? No, these guys just have a tablet. These 5 people just have a desktop. These 4 people just have a laptop. These 5 people over here, let's just think, do they have a tablet and a desktop? Well, no, they don't have a desktop. They're not in the desktop circle. So that's a no for them. And these people don't have a tablet. And of course, these people here don't have anything. Okay, so if we just have a look, that's 9 and 2. So there are 11 out of 39 people. So the probability of choosing someone with a tablet and a desktop is 11 over 39. Okay, so it's maybe a bit more complicated where you've got three circles overlapping, but just remember, it's really this section here. It's the overlap of the two circles that we're interested in. Okay, and don't be distracted by the fact there's a laptop down here that we're not asked about. So I want you to try. Cameron is looking at data about patients involved in a clinical trial. He represents the data in a Venn diagram. A patient is chosen at random. What is the probability that their treatment was successful? Okay, so how many people had successful treatment? Well, it would have been the 77 people here and the 30 people here. Okay, so that's going to be 107 people had successful treatment, and the total number of people, okay, the total number of people would be just to add all these up. So 77 plus the 30 plus the 60 plus the 21 people, and that would be 188. So it'd be 107 over 188. Okay, here is another question I want you to have a go at as well. Laura carried out some market research asking a random sample of people if they owned a laptop, tablet, or a desktop. Again, this is the same Venn diagram we saw earlier. How many people said that they didn't own a tablet, a desktop, or a laptop? So how many people didn't own any of those things? Okay, so hopefully you're telling me that the answer is 6. 6 people didn't own any of those things. And what we can do is we can, I'm going to read off some key things here just to end this video, just to make sure that you're completely happy with what this Venn diagram is telling us. So how many people owned a tablet would be 4 plus 9 plus 5 plus 2. All this added together would be how many people have a tablet. The number of people who own a desktop would be 9 plus 2 plus 5 plus 4. 9 plus 2 plus 5 plus 4, all the people in this circle. The number of people with a laptop would be 5 plus 2 plus 4 plus 4. 5 plus 2 plus 4 plus 4. The number of people in this circle. The people with a tablet and a desktop would be 9 and 2. Okay, having this and this is in the overlap of those two. Having a desktop and a laptop would be 2 and 4. Here and here, 2 plus 4, because that's in the overlap of both. Having a tablet and a laptop would be 5 and 2. Okay, those people there, there's the overlap there. The number of people who have all three, so have a tablet, a desktop, and a laptop, is 2. These 2 people here have one of each, and none would be 6. Okay? So just to be clear, these people here, these 9 people own a tablet and a desktop, but they don't own a laptop. These people here, these 5 people, have a tablet and a laptop, but don't have a desktop. And these 4 people here have a tablet, have a desktop and a laptop, but don't have a tablet. Okay, so it's worth just taking a bit of time and having a little look at the Venn diagram and sort of see if you can work out for yourself which thing means which. Okay, so you know everything you need to know now to have a go at the big task and help Barbara solve her social media problems.